Hello, my collecting comrades, and a happy new year. 2025 just ended and 2026 just began. And I wish you a very, very happy and a prosperous new year and a great year for collecting ahead. So, with any year, as with the ending of any year, it is a tradition in the collecting community when we share our top tens. And I'm holding Reed Richards here because he's got his thinking face on. And this year has got me thinking, as with every year, because this is a tough list. There have been some absolute outstanding action figures that had us that let us complete long pending teams, and some were absolute duds, but some were quite good. So without further ado, these are my top 10 action figures for the year 2025. So coming in at number 10 is the She-Hulk in the Fantastic Four uniform. Now this is comic memorabilia for me, and you need to have read comics in the past for them to be memorabilia. So I read The Secret Wars. This is the aftermath of The Secret Wars when Ben Grimm did not come back from War Planet. And because there he could turn back into Ben Grimm, human form at will, and back into the thing. So in his stead, She-Hulk, Jennifer Walters, she became part of the Fantastic Four, and she wore this uniform. This is a beautiful, sizable action figure, very well sculpted, moves very well. I haven't opened it, but I've held it in my hand. Somebody else's figure, I've played with it. This head sculpt in particular is very sultry, is very beautiful. She's got a smirk, and she's got this alluring look. So overall, very good action figure at number 10. Coming in at number 9 is Rachel Summers. Finally, the Excalibur team, which is right here in the comic, is complete. That comprised of Nightcrawler, Kitty Pryde, Rachel Summers herself. This is Captain Britain, Braddock, and Megan Braddock, his wife. She's a fairy mutant hybrid, so this team is finally complete. Now, we've waited years. We've waited years since the 3-pack, which had Megan, Captain Britain, and Kitty Pryde for this action figure, and finally the team is complete. She's got a very beautiful head sculpt with a tuft of hair going up, and she's got these phoenix wings. I think that is the best part about this whole action figure. This is the team. This is the iconic issue where it all began. So number 9. Number 8 is Feral from the X-Force, the 90s X-Force, the militant X-Force, dressed up in their tactical gear. This comic, this is actually, I don't really like the mini comic gimmick. They could have given us some more head sculpts in its place for using this plastic, but this is a good reference point. It could be on the packaging, yeah, like this, but it's a good reference point. So this team is complete in their tactical 90s militant getup X-Force gear. So Feral is very well made. The tail is also posable. The head sculpt, the proportions, everything else is really beautiful. It's very well painted. So number 8, Feral from the X-Force. Coming in at number 7 is Warbird. But she was never called Warbird. This is Captain Marvel, and she is actually Moonstone from the Dark Avengers. So this is Moonstone hiding as Captain Marvel in the Dark Avengers team. And यहाँ पे भी लिखा होगा ना, Moonstone is recruited there to imitate the hero Carol Danvers. She was drawn very sultry. She was very promiscuous in the comics, and they've made this action figure a bit promiscuous. Other than that, it's very well sculpted. The wind-blown hair and the pouting lips, the eyes, it's very well proportioned, and it poses really well in the display, especially with the Iron Patriot. All she's got to do is stand there, so it does that very well. And any action figure that completes the team is a top lister for me. So Moonstone, masquerading as Carol Danvers, is in my top 10 and is number 7, sorry. Number 6 is a 2-for-1, is a double entry, and is Crystal and Lockjaw. These action figures are great. I mean, Crystal is fairly a basic figure, but the head sculpt and the hair and the new power up effects are really well made. It's really well designed, and Lockjaw is absolutely stunning. When it is open, it is absolutely stunning, absolutely beautiful, very good to pose. And he comes with these face plates. यहाँ पे कहीं है बनी हुई नहीं. Yeah, he comes with these removable, interchangeable face plates, and it's really beautiful. It has this presence on the shelf. I don't have shelves, but when I pose them sometimes for a little bit of time, this set has a very good presence. And now with the other members of the Royal Inhumans family coming out, this is going to be absolutely beautiful. It's going to be an absolutely beautiful display. It's going to have some good pictures, and I already have Karnak, so just the other four are left: Triton and Black Bolt, Medusa and Gorgon. They're going to be released soon, and they're going to go great with this. So number 6, Crystal and Lockjaw. Number 5 is a figure very close to my heart. She was very difficult to find. It's Red Sonja by Boss Fight. I had no idea how well made this action figure is going to be. She is ultra posable. She's got buttery smooth joints. And the best part is that she is modular. You can change the armor. You can pose her with your other Marvel action figures. Till 1986, from I think the late 60s or the early 70s, Marvel had the Red Sonja license. So there were some really great comics for Red Sonja in the late 70s up till the mid 80s. So this goes really well with with your Marvel action figures. And Red Sonja actually has a story with Spider-Man, so she can be posed with that. Very good action figure. Boss Fight is a great action figure, is a great company, and their series Epic Hacks is exactly what it means. You can hack, as in mix and match different parts of the action figure to make a new action figure. You can use your imagination or the sets that are available, and this is of pristine quality. So number 5 is Red Sonja from Epic Hacks, Boss Fights Epic Hacks toys. Number 4 is something very familiar but very close to my heart. It is the Weapon X Wolverine. I missed the previous one. I do have the Build-A-Figure from that wave, that's Caliban, but I missed the Weapon X from that wave. But it's a good thing too. I mean, I waited and now I've got the pinless Weapon X. This is a very iconic look for Wolverine. Even anyone who has not read much comics know about Weapon X comics, knows about Wolverine. So this is really well made. He was also in the movies. I would have liked if one of these pipes were red. Yuriko's father, Dr. Oyama, actually added adamantium into his onto his bones. Now the adamantium causes infection in his bones. That's an interesting fact. His healing powers are healing him all the time and keeping adamantium at bay. And Dr. Oyama himself was very curious about how the joints will move. So the properties of adamantium are such that the joints are totally covered, but where it is connected, where the tendon is connected, it doesn't move, but it slides. It slides over it, and he can move freely. Perhaps he can move it even better because it creates gaps. So this is something to ponder about. So if the bones are covered with metal, how are the joints moving? So they addressed it. They addressed it that they move, they shift. It shifts over the bone. It shifts over the bone and he can move freely. And the bone is indestructible. So at number 4, Wolverine Weapon X. Beautiful action figure, really well made. A lot of things can be done with this. Coming in at number 3 is Shuma Gorath, not this garbage named Gargantos. Gargantos was an octopus from the Submariner action comics way back in the 60s. So this is a very beautiful action figure. It has its presence. It is huge. It is going to go great in the Marvel Horrorverse display. This is an eldritch horror creature. This is an ancient creature. It's just he's trying desperately to get into our universe. You can really let your imagination run wild with it. You can have Doctor Strange battle it. You can have Doctor Voodoo, Brother Voodoo battle it. You can have Magic battle it. You can have Ghost Rider battle it. You can have you can even have the street level heroes battle it. You can have the villains battle it, because he's a villain's villain also. Dr. Doom wouldn't want him in our universe. So this is a very good release, and this is the beauty of Marvel Legends. You get things that you can use your imagination with, and you can, if you've read a few comics, you know exactly what to do with it. So interestingly and coincidentally, there's a box here. This is from the yesteryears, and we've got Valeria. You can have Valeria battle him. Their power set is on par with each other. So this is a beautiful action figure. The only downside for this action figure is that once the tentacles go into the main piece, which is the eye piece, they are not removable. So for the inbox collectors, that is a bit off-putting, but you know, so that's why I didn't bother with it yet. So eventually, when there's a display, I'll put them permanently in, but there has to be a way to remove them. Other than that, this is a beautiful action figure. It's huge, and that is exactly why it has made it into my top 3. Coming in at number 2 is the Bushwhacker and Punisher War General 2-pack. And this too is a 2-for-1 entry. The Punisher, without his villains, is a traffic police officer with no traffic. So the Bushwhacker has been in the comics an obscure, but in the 90s an important villain, among others, for the Punisher. So this is actually a good Bushwhacker. This is actually how he's made in the comics. I really wish that instead of this explosion piece, they could have given us his other arm, which actually looks like this gun. I think on the back, wo bana hua, this one. If they could have given us this. Now, this comic was very iconic. Everyone who reads The Punisher would appreciate the old comics. I know there are some new, better works, but he's had a lot of enemies, and most of his enemies did not even have these powers. Bushwhacker was made into this. He was a normal person. He was made into this to hunt mutants. So the Punisher takes him down, but in doing so, during this event, he also fought with a lot of drug cartels. So that's just normal human being villains. But it's a good thing that the Punisher is coming with his villains, with his actual villains, some people that you can pose him with. This Punisher will go very good with the old villains waves, Jigsaw in the white suit. That would be a great villain. Now, him and Bushwhacker can be a duo against him. So this is a very, very beautiful action figure. I do not like this. You don't scream like that. When you scream, you cannot show your jaw like that unless you're abnormal or something. You can't scream like this. I mean, when you scream, if you're firing a gun and you've got that adrenaline and you're screaming, you can't pull your jaws out like this. This only happens if the dentist opens it using some instruments. So other than this headpiece and this needless explosion piece, they could have given us another arm for the Bushwhacker, and they could have made it a little better. But the actual head sculpt, where he is all stoic like, is really good. And these bullets and the paintwork and the accessories, this is actually legendary. So, an honorable mention before I reveal number one. The honorable mention is Madame Masque. This is Madame Masque and the crossbones. Well, I have plenty of crossbones. This is a great representation of crossbones, but particularly Madame Masque is beautiful. She's a very basic figure, basic female figure, but the head sculpts are great, and she is an Iron Man villain, and she's an Avengers villain. She's a Shield villain, but she's also a Spider-Man villain. She's part of the Magia family, and she has. There was this comic, very funny comic, this the Superior Foes of Spider-Man. I think Speed Demon was interested in her, and she helped him attack Spider-Man, and Spider-Man was also working with his roommate. क्या नाम था? Boomerang. That's a good story. Give it a read. Honorable mention. I'm really glad that they made her. And this is Madame Masque. And this is finally going to replace my dark days of Hasbro's Madame Masque, which came out way back in 2010 or 11. So this is a long-awaited action figure. An honorable mention indeed. So time for number one. And it's again a 2-for-1 entry. And at number one is the duo of Jean Grey from wearing her X Factor uniform and Cyclops in the X Factor uniform. This, there's a comic when they became the X Factor. This action figure is very well made, very basic, but well made. The head sculpts are well made. She has really beautiful hair, and this can be used in a battle display from the back because she's smiling. If she had this expression with the hair, that would have been slightly better in my opinion. And Cyclops, as always, Cyclops action figures have improved. He comes with this beam. Let me just turn on the light. He comes with this laser beam, his optic blast, and the Nemesis Build-A-Figure piece. And Jean Grey comes with this effect of her telekinesis powers, and it just attaches onto the forehead in the masked head. And these two look beautiful together. They look beautiful individually, but they look beautiful together. And these are number one because X-Men, deep cut X-Men, when they were no longer the X-Men, and for that time were X Factor. Deep cut X-Men is my thing, and that makes this the number one entry for the year 2025. And with that, this is my list, and I hope you enjoy it, and looking forward for your lists and looking for the collecting year ahead. So best of luck, and happy new year again. Thank you very much.